cop. I'm familiar with Chapter 90 of the Florida Statutes, court procedure. I'm familiar with 3.220, where I would tear him a new asshole verbally only.
Yes.
Now, what I don't understand...
Go ahead.
Well, first of all, Sergeant Crosby, you are the most politest. I'm very frustrated. My God. You should be higher up than Sergeant. That's all I got to say. Because...
Where do you live at? So I can try to get over there and catch you personally with the boom boom theory.
All we got to do, Sergeant Crosby, is put up...
Yes.
Just like we have no parking signs. I've had people say, well, that's a low priority. All right, put up no parking signs. I've seen signs that say flood zone area. Watch out for, flood, the road's underwater. I've seen direction signs before. Put up signs. Yeah, I've heard excuses about, well, the cops can't be everywhere. Daggone, put up signs immediately as of October 3rd, 2016. Put up signs at all major intersections. No boom cars. Or do we want to put ambulance and fire department people in danger? Well, that's what's going on. I went to, Sergeant Crosby, I went to a cops night out. August 2nd, 2016, Panama City Mall. I talked to the fire department people. I talked to the Bay County Sheriff's Department. And it seemed to me like no matter who I call, it ain't good enough, and they're waiting for a horrible crash. And I'm trying to prevent a horrible crash. So what is the chances of an ambulance or fire department person being hurt by a boom car punk? Can you answer that question for me, please?
Yeah, sure I can, because I can't tell you what the chances are, because I don't know. I mean, the chances are very good that they could get hurt because music being up loud and them not being able to hear the ambulance sirens or the fire truck sirens or whatever. But, I don't have no kind of statistics or anything regarding music from a car causing, that's just me. I don't. You know what I'm saying?
See, what I don't understand is 3015 of Florida statute specifically states it is your duty, no disrespect to you, I am not, bad-mouthing you because you've been very polite to me. But believe me, when somebody wants to be sarcastic with me, I can get very sarcastic back. I've had them say to me, well, where are you at? And I said, well, gee whiz, last time I checked, I don't have wheels on my house. I can't run it down the road. And yeah, I've used very strong words, but all cussing is scolding. That's all it is. And remember this, if they recognize them words, they have used them before, right?
Well, like I said, let me get up with Officer McCurdy and talk to them. Now, the signs, that's the road department that does signs. We don't do signs here.
But what I'm saying, yeah.
You have to get up with the road department about that.
Well, okay, I've already tried calling Chipley, the Department of Transportation. I already tried calling them, but it seems to me, Sergeant McCurdy, if you are just the public, if you're a member of the general public, you're somebody just to be placated, okay? But if somebody from law enforcement calls, just like they have in Panama City police station, they have these propaganda things, move over, it's the law. I see on TV, move over, it's the law. Well, daggone it, I'm trying to protect the first responders, and I'm the one that's facing going to jail. I want Officer McCurdy arrested, and I want Officer Hill arrested. Or otherwise, public servant, no disrespect to you, sir. If I can't, why is it that when David Mudge is accused of sexual assault, he gets arrested, okay? because some well-to-do person accused him of something that maybe he didn't even do, but that well-to-do person had connections. Now, do you gotta have connections? I want Sergeant Stryker arrested. Go talk to Shane Arvan. I want him arrested. I want to be declared as a victim by the Bay County Sheriff's Department so that I can get protection from the State Attorney's Office, Glenn Hess. And I want them arrested. And every day for the rest of my life, until I die, I'm going to beg and plead for the ambulance and fire department people to be protected.
Yes. Well, let's be called off for 30 and talk to them and see if we can't figure out this vehicle. And I got another call for someone else coming in, and I'll let you know what I find out, all right?
Well, all I can say...
Okay. Now, he could have a call, or it could be, that's one of his excuses for cutting me off in a polite way. Now, this is absolutely amazing. This has been going on. My one-man campaign, call it whatever you want, to try and protect the emergency vehicle people, to try to make it to where people can live at peace in their home. And no matter how many laws I look up, it is never been enough. This is absolutely mind-blowing. That you would think that the dispatchers, they're more aware. In Bay County, I can't even imagine how many roads there are with ambulances going up and down the road. You would think that dispatchers, they don't hear the boom cars in traffic. Cops don't hear the boom cars in traffic. You would think that dispatchers, if you think I'm adamant about this, I can't even imagine how much more adamant I would be and determined if I knew all the ambulances and fire department people that are being sent out every minute. And it's like they're playing a roulette game of where they're waiting for somebody to die. Now, these are some of the felonies of these boom car punks. All right, well, first of all, Article 2, Section 7 of the Florida Constitution says unnecessary noise will not be tolerated. Chapter 14 of Florida statutes, the duty of the Florida governor to call out the military on these motherfucking boom car punk motherfuckers. Okay? 3015 of Florida statutes, it is the duty of the Sheriff's Department to arrest these punks. 87703 of the Florida statutes, the Panama City idiot fucking clown department threw a guy named James Spann in jail because he had his stereo up too loud at his fucking home. Okay? Alright, now we've got 6005 where it is the duty of the State's Attorney's Office, Glenn Hess, to arrest these motherfuckers. Then we've got 403161 which addresses 161A about it's a 5-year prison sentence and a $50,000 fine in prison. Then we got 784 felony on battery on people's ears because of concussion of the speakers. Then we got 80610 of the Florida statutes, which is put ambulance and fire department people in danger. And then we got 81002 of the Florida statutes, of where the concussion of the speaker breaks through people's homes. And then we got 837 of the Florida statutes, where the cops lie, that's perjury. And then we got 838, which is conspiracy, which is 838 of Florida statutes. And then we've got Florida Statute 874, which is called Criminal Gang Signaling Instrumentalities, where the legislature specifically stated that citizens have a right to live in their homes in peace and not feel like they're terrorized. And then we got 876 of the Florida statutes, that's the public servant oath, and also the terrorism statute. And then we got 895 of the Florida statutes, which is cop racketeering. Then we got 932 contraband, of where the cops can take away every one of their fucking vehicles, these terrorist machines. And then we got 932 contraband. They can take away out of all the shops everywhere in the state of Florida. They can take away every one of these boom car shops that install them, that sell them and everything like that. Outlaw all subwoofers. Outlaw all super amps. Outlaw the huge capacitors that are used to make the concussion sound and everything like that. Outlaw the heavy cables. Outlaw everything that has to do with these boom cars. Then we got United States Code, Title 18, 241, 242. It's a $10,000 fine and 10 years in prison. And then we got United States Code, Title 42, Chapter 65, Subsection 49. But you see, you'll notice, okay, when it comes to cops putting false charges, cops are real slow in throwing these people in jail. And my experience has been the only reason why a cop ever gets thrown in jail is the other cops had a grudge on him. Maybe he turned in some cops. So that's the only reason why anything ever gets done. Basically, they're a gang. Now, I'm not against cops, but I can't understand why the cops would not protect the ambulance and fire department people a hell of a lot better. They see all the crashes. They see all the crazy driving that they have to do, that lawfully has to be done to get to somebody as quick as possible. So, Jimbikeman, I thank my maker. There's no way, 30 years ago, no way, if you would have said there would come a day of where the cops would protect obvious criminals, enterprises, that you can see that they are criminals, that one boom car in 1 mile could go to jail for the rest of their life. Each concussion of the speaker is a count. Each person in traffic that is, or somebody in their home, okay? Lisa Nowak was a astronaut. She was charged with, because she sprayed mace into Lisa Shipman's car, this is about maybe 10 years ago, where she was going to take and kidnap and kill Lisa Shipman because it was a love triangle of where there was an astronaut that was probably fucking the dog shit out of him. Okay? So that's 1802 of the Florida statute, and she was charged with that. But I was going to say, if I'm going to suffer, I would rather suffer knowing that I did not do anything to harm anybody, but only trying to protect people.